to another episode of the I Am Undeniable podcast. I'm your host, Alex Sundar. I'm here to drop some major fucking bombs and perspective on how to become unbreakable in your mind, body, and soul. In today's episode, what I'm actually going to be talking about is I'm going to be talking about productivity hacks so you can ensure that you are getting way more done in the day. It's going to be an extremely valuable live. So as you guys are popping in, if you're watching that podcast replay, let me know. I'd love to know that you guys are getting mad value from this as well. So why am I sectionally talking about productivity hacks? I don't know about you guys. I am extremely busy, right? I got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of things to do sometimes. And sometimes it's very difficult to get things done, right? Like you would talk about like going to the gym, maybe you're in a relationship, maybe you got kids, maybe I got a full-time business and I run stuff for another business as well. So I am pretty fucking stacked, right? Busy is really a thing, right? And part of this aspect of being super busy, I had to learn to manage my productivity without feeling like I'm getting more stressed out on top of it. And it took me a while to figure out a formula, but I figured out a formula that works extremely well for me. And what I would love to do today is I would love to share that formula with you that allowed me to be more productive and to get things done and to get things in. So this is going to be extremely valuable. I want to go off on a ton of different like strategies that I've used that has really helped me to keep me organized in my life. And it allows me to be more present in my business. It allows me to be more present with my clients. It allows me to be more present with my friends. It allows me to be more present in the gym and allows me to be more present with my relationship and with the kids, right? So this is going to help you guys out a lot. So save this, take your notepad out. You want to write exactly what I'm going to be communicating towards you. So the number one thing that you actually have to shift if you want to understand productivity is your organization of your time is super key, right? If you want to increase your productivity level, you can't operate like everyone else, right? So number one thing you have to do is you need to create a calendar. I like to use Google Calendar. That's my most favorite thing. And this is where you can organize your time blocks and then put your time in there. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to do that. They feel restricted because they are essentially organizing their time according to a calendar. But let me tell you this. If you want to be more productive, if you want to get more shit done in throughout the day, you got to add things in that are not normal compared to everyone else. Productive people aren't always the most normal people sometimes. Success isn't normal in today's society all the time, right? So if you want to be extremely productive, if you want to get more stuff done, you're going to have to get a calendar, right? So I would get a calendar. That's my number one thing first, is to organize that. The second thing you actually want to do with that calendar is you want to start to organize your time in there. Organize vacations, organize when you're going to wake up, organize time to yourself. Essentially, the goal is to make sure you put every aspect of your life on this calendar. Now, it might not be perfect at the start when it comes out to organizing your calendar, but the goal is to eventually build up. I know when I first started using a Google Calendar, I definitely was not perfect on it either, but now I'm significantly better than what I was before. So you want to get organized in your calendar. That is extremely important. Second thing that you actually want to do is you need to make a to-do list, right? Understand like what do you actually need to get done throughout the day? What do you need to do to make sure that you are getting more productive? I feel like having like what we call like a power task list or a to-do list is really going to help benefit you in terms of like organizing yourself in order to get more stuff done throughout the day, right? So those two things itself are going to make such tremendous differences. Like for me, I'm seeing my fridge right now and I got my to-do list on there. I organize it from like a weekly planner from Sunday to Saturday, Sunday, and I got different things that I got to do every day. Like today I got on there, I got to do laundry. I got to like walk the dog, right? Little things like that can help you keep yourself more organized and more productive throughout the day. Remember, when you're not more productive, it is probably because of a lack of organization, right? So these things are super key. Another thing that I like to add in is meal prepping. Now, the reason why I actually meal prep is cooking food throughout the day can literally take away time from me being productive. It takes a lot of mental energy for me to go to the fridge, take out the food, cook it on the spot. But if I actually prep stuff and if I actually have these things done in advance, my productivity shoots way through the roof. Even right now, I got this 4-liter water bottle right now. It's convenience, right? So productivity is all about convenience, and productivity is about getting you into a state of like where you can be productive. Another thing on that is another thing that you can add to the list, which I really truly believe in, is a morning routine. Now, the reason why a morning routine and a night routine is so important is because you got to retrain your brain to be productive. You can't just implement a productive hack and all of a sudden you're going to be so much more productive. But I like to meditate in the morning. I like to journal because it clears my head so I can be more productive throughout the day. Now, why is that so important? Well, I find a lot of people get so stressed out from day-to-day stuff, it takes away from that productivity, right? You're worrying about other stuff. You're worrying about what people say, right? Maybe you're super stressed out, but if you could implement some sort of routine that can produce a lot of mindfulness to calm your state down, well, your productivity might actually increase because of that. So we want to keep those things in mind as we are finding a better and more productive way to kind of live throughout our day, right? Those are like some key factors. Now, the reason why the night routine is so important, the way you go to bed is typically the way you wake up. So if you go to bed extremely stressed out, guess what? You're probably going to wake up extremely stressed out. So we want to make sure that we find an optimal, a very, very good balance between the two, and always be conscious about how much stress can affect your mental state and how much stress can affect how productive you can be every single day, right? So we want to keep that on point. Another thing that you can actually add onto your day is batch your days. Maybe you can't get things done all in one day. Like for me, I can't get my laundry done all in one day. So I kind of spread it throughout the week, right? Maybe Mondays I do whites. Maybe on Thursdays I do colors, right? That is going to be seamlessly helping you productive as well. And understanding that you don't need to get everything you need to get done all in throughout the day. Maybe we need to do things and batch your days out where you can be a little bit more productive, right? To get things done. Like meal prepping on Sundays. I know some people that'll actually meal prep a lot of foods for the month. So things are prepared ahead of time. Now, a lot of people might not want to live that way. But again, if you want to increase your productivity to get more stuff done, you might have to do things or sacrifice certain things in order to be more productive, in order to accomplish that goal, right? So those are some really, really good productivity hacks that I found that works extremely well for me. And the last one, which I think has been an absolute game changer, especially with having 2 children at home as well, is using a timer. I bought a kitchen timer and putting the timer on and making sure you focus on what you're doing can extremely increase productivity. So I find sometimes, I'm not sure if you guys are about like me, sometimes when I say I'm going to do something, when it comes down to my work or when it comes down to me being more productive, sometimes I scroll on social media a bit. Sometimes I check my text messages, right? Sometimes I check my email. But once I have that timer in and I know for the next like 30 minutes or an hour, this is exactly what I'm going to be focusing on, everything else goes outside the window. So try one of these things and let me know if they work. But I can promise you, if you start implementing at least one of these things that I mentioned today, you might be surprised about how much your productivity increases.